It is hot and humid where I am. So take a moment to notice the temperature of where you are. Just notice how you are in your space, the quality of the air. Just settle in. Speaking of noticing the temperature and the quality of the air and your surroundings, that's one way to take a pause anytime throughout the day. This could be a simple 1 minute or 30-second practice where you just choose to notice. What does the space around me feel like? As we settle in together, I invite you to experiment with that. Notice how you are and notice the space around you, the air, the temperature. Anything that draws your attention. And as you do so, breathe and settle in with yourself. Keep noticing how you are doing. With every breath, notice yourself. And continue to open up to the space around you. How are you in your environment? What is happening around you? As we settle in a little deeper together, notice what you're grateful for. Honor your heart and notice any gratitude that's present for you right now. Another way to pause any time in your day or night is to belly breathe. If you can, take your hands and place them on your lower abdomen. And feel your sweet breath moving all the way down to fill your belly on the inhale. And shrinking down on the exhale. And this also can be a 1 minute or 30-second practice anytime in your day. Simply bring your breath down to your belly. As you get quieter and quieter with yourself, I want you to consider the microcosm within you all the way down to your cellular and energetic activity. Consider how every microcosm within you is its own entire universe. It's as though a universe lives inside of each of us. And we can consider this through considering the microcosm. And when you're ready to expand out to the macrocosm and consider the entire universe that your body is a little tiny part of. And backward and forward, micro and macro, there is harmonious universal activity that keeps us alive, that keeps our planet rotating, and moving and orbiting. Some people are much more comfortable looking inward and looking inside to find that microcosm. And others are much more comfortable expanding outward and considering the entire large universe that encompasses all we know and moving into what we don't know. But either direction, there is universal activity. And that activity is keeping us alive. The farther inward we go, we also touch on what we don't know yet. So the unknown exists in both directions. Where are you most comfortable? Considering the whole of the universe? Or considering the really teeny tiny particles of matter and space and energy that make up the objects that make up our bodies? Either way, can you trust it? Can you trust the universe as it moves through you? Do you? Do you trust the universal flow of energy as it is, just as it is? There is no right or wrong here. We are simply finding out. We each have our own truth. I want you to consider that the universe has brought each of us alive. The universe has given each of us a body. We each get to live our lifetimes through this universe. It's a miracle. We get to live this miracle every day. One piece of evidence that the universe is trustworthy is that we are alive. We have been brought to life. We get to think freely and learn and grow. We get to experiment and consider. We get to have relationships externally as well as internally. If nothing else, it's a worthy experiment to trust the universe and find out what happens. And that means trusting the universe inside as well as trusting the universe outside. And notice how it feels to trust. When any amount of fear comes up in the process of trust, discernment can be used for right action, meaning If I'm crossing the street and a car is coming and I feel frightened because the car is going fast and I'm in the way, I can quickly move out of the way with very fast discernment. Oh, car, body, out of the road. Quick decision. There are other moments of fear that can be honored, and there might be more spaciousness to consider. Is this a fear that requires action? Or is this a fear that is asking to be felt for my own healing and well being? There are different kinds of fear. Learning to trust one's own discernment is learning to trust the universe. It's all connected. The more you meditate, I suggest the stronger your intuition becomes. And that means the skill to ask oneself what is required and have a fast answer can become more readily available. Meditation is such a beautiful practice of connecting with oneself and learning what to trust and how to trust. And the safety of feeling through whatever emotion arises, allowing many thoughts to flow through. There are many moments in life that don't require action, and meditation helps us with that discernment so that when there is a message internally of go or do this, the trust is already intact. The inner knowing, the relationship with self is so present. It becomes easier to move into the world in a way that's just right for you, in a way that's aligned with values and growth. Another healthy pause to use throughout the day is to bring that belly breath we were using earlier up into the chest so that the inhale is a belly chest breath and the exhale, the entire body gets to relax. See if you can breathe into your belly, allowing the breath to float up to the chest and relax everything on the exhale. This is a little bit of a longer pause in one's day. It could be 2 or 3 minutes to attend to this kind of breath well. It's simply the rhythm that regulates heart rate. So belly, chest, and relax. As you continue on with that breath or whatever breath feels good to you, begin to notice whatever you would like to notice, particularly about trust and the universe.